Okay. Get started. Oh. All right. Let's get started, boys. All right. Matthew McConaughey. Awesome. Yeah. First of all, welcome both of you guys to podcast here. For those of you who don't know, this is my cousin Leah, and this is my brother Merrick. And today in this podcast, we're going to be mainly just kind of touching base on a couple of things. First, we're going to start off with just more of talking about their experiences kind of growing up, as well as some advice they have for us individuals that are within our 20s or younger in general to just kind of understand a little bit more of wisdom and advice that they would kind of have for how things are kind of going in society and everything right now, and kind of take it from there in general. So first off, I'll hand it off to Liam. If you could give a little bit of like introduction to yourself and what it is that you do and everything, and kind of go from there.
My name's Liam. From Vancouver, born and raised. Grew up in the 80s. The 90s was my favorite era. Come from a single parent home. Lived in government housing projects all my life. So, being poor, I guess living in struggle develops character. But I also was exposed to a lot of other people from different places, diverse families, different cultures, which was really cool. So looking back, it was actually, fun and cool to have that experience, even though it was tough and it was hard. So yeah. And right now I cut hair. I work at this barbershop, LJ Hair Studio.
Yes, sir.
And it's a passion that I have. I enjoy cutting hair. I love people. I like sharing time, conversations with people. And that's probably the highlight of my job is meeting new people. And yeah.
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's
Thank you.
awesome. It's been a true blessing over the years to be able to get a haircut from everything from you, and
Thank you, man.
just everything overall. So
Appreciate you.
yes, sir. Appreciate you too. Boy, Merrick. Here you go.
Yeah, Merrick, born, raised for part of my life in Surrey. Grew up in Abbotsford, BC. Yeah, I work at Murray Key Abbotsford, dispatcher. I run the shop portion of it. So, when it came down to business, I had a huge inflow of business, may it be from the legit side and the non-legit side. But yeah, I understand business and people, and I'm pretty good at talking to that. So, any questions or anything like that, fully down to fill it in.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And one thing I love to kind of share amongst both of you in general that I just really appreciate um, the amount of wisdom and knowledge you guys have been able to share with me in different areas over the years has been tremendous. And these are the guys I definitely go to and be able to kind of lean on in different areas and aspects of life. And it's just good, even for example, just being able to spend time talking about the day-to-days of current experiences or things that we're kind of facing, or even just to societal issues as well too, of what's kind of going on in the world. There's always something going on, as we know. And just being able to kind of recognize those patterns and just kind of seeing where and understanding where things are potentially kind of going, but it's also kind of up in the air as well too. So yeah, no, it's definitely.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
No, definitely. Yeah. First question I have for you guys, or I guess second question rather, is based on your guys' experience and what you guys are seeing in our westernized society today, what is some advice that you can have that you would have for people in their earlier 20s that are, coming out of school and trying to kind of navigate through the world as right now?
Want to start?
Go ahead.
I think that society, the way that it is right now, it takes a lot to be able to move up. I think anybody has the ability to move forward, but at the same time as moving forward, you still have to be able to move up in some way, shape, or form. I think getting into something at the bottom will give you a way to get to the top. You just have to find what you want to kind of focus in on and move through. I don't think that a lot of people really tend to focus in on the fact that they're able to do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? May it be podcasting, may it be, running a dealership, may it be whichever, right? I think society has made people into workers, and I don't think that people realize that they aren't made to be workers. They have the characteristics to do whatever they want to do in the long run, and they just have to find that motivation, take the steps, and keep on going.
Oh, it's really good perspective. It's really good perspective.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If I was going to add to that, because really good point. School, man, I don't think it teaches you certain things. It gives you some basics, which is good, but the world's such a diverse place, and there's so many things outside of the box of school that you can do and become. And I think it's just exposure, man. Like, who do you surround yourself with, and who shows you a different perspective of life? I didn't think I'd be cutting hair, when I was in high school. I thought there's too much pressure to be A, B, C, D when there's like so many other things that you can do. And I didn't realize that till I started meeting people with jobs that I never heard of. You know what I mean? Also, the other thing is passion. Like, money's cool, but like no dollar amount will truly fulfill you. You have to be doing something that you enjoy. And yeah, I just think sometimes that takes a while. Don't rush into things. Like, some people know what they want to do right after high school, and that's great. Go to college, you become whatever. But some people are uncertain. You don't have to spend the money. You don't have to take out the student loan. Maybe give it some time, travel, get some life experience. Try a 9 to 5. See how you like it. If you don't like it, at least you know what you don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I've worked over 30 jobs in my life, and I've taken something good away from all of them. But I realized certain things that I didn't want to do, right? And that was cool. It's like process of elimination kind of thing. But I know that if I needed to make money, I could go back to any of these jobs and do them. I wouldn't feel insecure, or uncomfortable doing them. You know what I mean?
It always gives you something to fall back on, which is great,
100%.
right? To be able to do new things, that's the whole push, right? Like, you can do something new and know that you can fall back onto something, right? Like, I was a journeyman roofer, like, you know what I mean? I can always fall back on roofing if the dealership thing doesn't work for me. But I know that, like, business wise, it's a business, right? And I've kind of focused my whole time on business, right? How people think, how people act, how people do. So
Maneuver.
yeah, right? So you learn how to maneuver around just everyday life. And I don't think a lot of people come out of school fully understanding that it's a different dynamic of everyday life, right? Like, yeah, sure, when you're in school, you kind of build those baselines and those friendships, and you guys all kind of walk on a certain level. But when it comes to talking to a new person that's never met you before, it's a whole different dynamic, right? So to be able to grow in that takes a lot of different maneuvering. And yeah, I think that's a huge thing, just to add on to what you were saying there.
Yeah, most definitely. I think, kind of going based off of both of your guys' points there, I think ultimately what I'm understanding or pulling from that is that, over the different skills and things that you ultimately learn, there's many different things over time that you have the opportunity to be able to do. And if, one thing doesn't work, it's like you can always fall back onto something else that you have done in the past. So it's really important to ultimately, get experience in different areas and build the different skills as well too, as you continue to maneuver up as well.
Yeah, diversify yourself into different things, for sure. It's just like investing. That's good. That's where it's at.
Most definitely. What would you say is something that is holding a lot of people back nowadays from actually going ahead and pursuing the things that they want to do? Because it can be, easy. It's easier said than done to be able to be like, okay, like, you can go ahead and do all these different things.
Right.
You can put your mind towards anything.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's easier said than done. I think that people are scared to fail. And who gives a damn if you fail or not? Just do it. What, you take one step and you get a little bit shaky, who cares? Take that step, right? Move through it, because nobody's gonna try to give you those things, right? People are too busy doing what they're doing to be able to stop what they're doing to be like, here, do this, right? You kind of have to figure it out while moving. It's like, who cares if you fail? Just keep on moving forward, right? Bounce off of it, do something else, right? You don't have the time, right? Being 45 or 44, you know, like you don't have the time to like just sit back and coast. Yeah, right? Don't take the easy route. Be hungry, be motivated, fail. Why not? Who cares? Nobody's gonna judge you with it. Who cares if they judge you, right? That's my biggest thing.
I look at like a basketball analogy. Like Michael Jordan won 6 championships, right? Prior to that, he couldn't beat the Pistons. He couldn't beat the Lakers. He couldn't beat the Celtics, which means he was failing. But during those failures, those losses, he learned from them. So he turned his L's into learning experiences, right? I think the most successful people, they lose a lot or they fail, and then they learn from it and then become great. So I think
be great at failing.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
As long as you're willing to learn and you're humble enough to admit where you fell short, I think then you can build off of that, right? Instead of making excuses or blaming other people, I think our biggest, the thing that gets in our way is ourselves. Like you said, with fear, with doubt, with insecurity, with lack of information, so being ignorant, right? And nowadays we live in you got ChatGPT, we got Google, you can search up anything. So information is at our fingertips. It's like, it's there, you know what I mean, to help us. So even though we might not have a mentor or a friend, you can use ChatGPT, right? Yeah. It may not be empathetic towards you, but it can definitely be informative towards your situation, right?
No, most definitely. And I agree with what you guys said in general. I think that, and you guys could probably agree as well too, there's still a lot of people out there that, you know, are aware and have the tools to be able to do these things, but then, you know, they find different ways to distract themselves from actually doing the steps. It's like, you know, they identify that there's something that they can do or have an interest towards, and then, you know, from there being able to understand maybe what the first or second step is, but then even if they, you know, sometimes the fear of failure, something you talked about, just being able to push through that. A lot of people in our society, you know, struggle with, you know, that in itself, the fear of failing or worrying about what other people are going to.
Yeah.
100%.
What does it look like?
Looking glass self theory.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel that like people are so scared to do different things because they're worried about what other people are gonna say or think, right?
100%.
Like even sitting here, right? Like I can't say I'm at the top of my game, right? But I have more. To some people out there, I have more fails that I can reflect on to be able to move forward, right? So somebody else can easily watch this, be like, yeah, I want to do this, try it, do it. They fail at it, do it again, but just with something else, right? Just continuously move forward, man. You just, like take the fail, be accountable for those fails, learn from those fails, and continue growing. Right?
Do you feel like that position that you hold now is something that you have had over the years, or would you say it's something that you've built just through experience and realize, you know what, this is something that I actually like now I can embody this in a sense through different experiences you've had?
I think that I'm overly confident. You know what I mean? I'm overly confident. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care how many times I fail. I talk to people the same way that I want to be talked to, right? I'll treat everybody with respect. Like I'm not, like I know where I came from. You know what I mean? I know what mindset I have to have so that I don't take on the weight of the world, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't mind carrying it because you know what? I love chaos, right? But to be able to love chaos brings you to a different level of just not caring about what anybody else has to say, right? Don't get me wrong, I still care about what everybody wants to say, but you know, deep down inside, it's like you got to be able to brush it off and move on. Like again.
Yeah, man. I have my insecurities, you know, certain things. But as I got older, I've learned to love myself and even my own insecurities or the things that I fall short in, and I don't count them against me as much as maybe somebody else might. And I realized, like, to some people, I'm the villain, but then to some other people, I'm the hero, and I can't base my life on what other people think, because to some people I'm the villain, other people I'm the hero. So it's like, who do I think I am, right? And who does God say I am? And to me, that supersedes what other people think, right? And if I just focus on those two things, I can have some confidence and like be okay and not always worried about how people perceive me, right?
Yeah.
Because like, if some people think I'm the hero, it might get to my head. I might start having an ego.
Yeah.
Some people think I'm a villain. I might be depressed.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that they think I'm just this horrible person, right? So it could be two extremes.
Yeah.
But if I can stay centered and be honest and real, and like you said, have accountability, right? That's a big thing. And I was just going to say, the reason why people have trainers and mentors and positive people around them, so that they can encourage them and like sharpen them and uplift them and pour life into them. And I think that's huge, right? Having the right people in your circle that are going to be honest, but also kind and caring and loving, even when you're doing something bad, right?
100%.
So I think that's important, right? But I don't want anybody to ever just be a yes person around me. If I'm doing something wrong, if I've disrespected you, please tell me, so that I can like apologize, or I can make things right.
100%. Well, and that's taking accountability for yourself, right? It's taking accountability for your self-being. Like, I'm not the one to take crap from everybody, right? I'll let some stuff slide, right? Let some stuff go. But when it comes down to it, like, yeah, man, like, you gotta lead by example, right?
That's maturity, right?
Yeah.
We come from a generation where if you mess up, like, there's consequences, right?
100%.
And as we get older, it's like, I think we've come to realize, like, there's different ways to deal with things, right? Than how we did out in the street.
Back then,
And not everybody operates the same, right? So it's like, sometimes you have to hold yourself back from wanting to crush somebody or give them what they deserve for a bigger cause or like the long game, right?
Yeah, because I feel like back when we were growing up, it was a lot more, you know, your actions speak louder than the words, for sure, right? Like, you had something to say, you weren't saying it to say it, you were saying it to throw hands, right? There's something along those lines. The confrontation was there, right? And as you get older, you realize how useless that confrontation is, right? Like, what, I'm gonna go throw hands with somebody's gonna come back, what, and then you drive by my house? Like, really? Like, that's where we're going. I got way too much to lose.
Kids, right? Or whatever.
100%, right? Like, the stakes are high in today's world. The stakes are super high. You can't afford to, like I said, man, so you can't afford to just sit back and let that pass you by. You gotta go out and get it.
Right? I think that's one thing earlier you talked about, and you just touched on it, is that when we were younger, I didn't value my life as much. I was taking like crazy risks, doing